Hey kiddos, we're starting chapter 9 of our read along or read aloud today. Hope you guys are enjoying it. Sunday afternoon. What's that sound? Fox asked, jumping when the air conditioner turned on and began pumping cold air out of the kitchen vents. He crouched on all fours like he was ready to take off running. I held out my hands and tried to calm him down. It's just the air conditioner. It keeps the air cool in here when it's hot outside. You can change the air? He asked in awe. I laughed at the fact he didn't know things like that. Witchcraft, he muttered as he stood back up on his two hind legs and eyed the room suspiciously. I was surprised to have him back inside. There were so many things to learn about him, and it looked like there were a lot of things he could learn from me. What do you want to do? My mom's not here. The other human is never here, Fox observed. This is your own den. I could only shrug my shoulders at him. My mom was there when I needed her, and that's what counted. What did you mean when you said you'll never see me again? I didn't want to talk about it, but I owed him an explanation. I took a deep breath. I'm leaving with my mom tomorrow night. Fox's tail went between his legs again. You're leaving? Is it because of me? It has nothing to do with you, I tried to convince him. I begged my mom to stay here, but we don't have enough money. I felt tired and weak again, telling the one creature in the world who I wanted to spend time with that I'd never see him again after that night. He didn't say anything and sat at the kitchen table. His eyes were a darker shade of blue. Anyways, I told him, walking to the refrigerator and trying to avoid the conversation, I'm going to make a sandwich. I'm a wild animal, Fox said in a low voice. I'm dangerous. I take what I want when I want it. I'll never be cold and I'll never be hungry. I had no idea how to respond to him. He was hurting as much as I was. You want a sandwich too? That'd be great, Fox said, his eyes lighting back up. I'm so hungry, I could eat anything. And can you turn the air conditioner off? It's freezing in here. I smiled when he broke into laughter. I sat back down at the kitchen table and slid a ham sandwich to him. He stared at it like it was an alien. He pulled the top piece of bread off and tossed it to the floor. Then he yanked the slice of ham off and ripped it apart between his teeth before swallowing it. It was the most awesome thing I had ever seen. Chicken is better, Fox muttered. I remembered that what my mom had said before she left. There's a whole pan of chicken in the fridge. You want some? Fox sat up straight and stared at the refrigerator like it was a magic box of locked secrets. You keep chickens in there? I laughed at his misunderstanding. Not live chickens, it's just their legs and thighs. He licked his lips. You cut them up, then store them in that magic box? He jumped out of his seat and walked toward the fridge. This is amazing! I've got to get one of these. I guess, I said, scratching my head. It wasn't amazing to me, but that's because I had always had one. Fox, on the other hand, looked like he was going to pass out. Let me see, he pleaded, standing in front of the fridge. I have to see it. I didn't know what the big deal was, so I went ahead and opened it in front of him. His face changed from excitement to confusion. Where are the chickens? He asked, looking through every shelf desperately. You said there were chickens. I shook my head. I said there were chicken legs and thighs. I pointed to the foil-covered pan on the bottom shelf. It had 10 chicken pieces on it. That's not chicken, he complained. Where are the feathers? You tricked me because I tried to trick you about the gold and china. He huffed and stepped back. Well played, Joe. Well played. I tried my best not to laugh at him. All the feathers are plucked out first, and then it's cooked. He slammed the refrigerator door shut and stomped into the living room. More witchcraft! I couldn't stop smiling when I joined him in the living room. There were so many things I could teach him. He had learned a lot of things in life. He even learned how to talk. But there were so many things people did and had in their lives every day that he'd never seen. Why did we have to leave tomorrow? I needed more time. What's this thing? He asked, banging his paws against the TV remote control. I snatched it from him before he broke it. I pointed the remote at our 52-inch TV and pressed the power button. I swear to you, Fox's head touched the ceiling when the TV blasted on at full volume, and he jumped sky high. I turned it down right away. He scurried behind the couch and poked his head out every few seconds to look at the cartoons playing on the TV. It's okay, I assured him. It's not real. I couldn't think of a way to explain it to him without just watching it. I sat on the couch and waited for him to come out. It took another hour before he walked around the couch and joined me on it. I wasn't scared, he said, shaking his head. No, sir. Right. It took him a while to warm up to the cartoons, but a few hours later, he was laughing at them with me. At one point, I glanced at the table in front of us and saw the paper I started writing last night. I need to write something for school, I explained to Fox, leaning toward the table so I could write the 3 paragraphs. It might take me a while. Are you okay? He stared at the cartoons and brushed a paw at me. Yeah, do whatever you have to do. He laughed at the TV. They are so silly. I'd only known Fox for a couple days. I just showed him some modern technology that day. Was I a bad person because I already had him addicted to TV? I'd have to worry about that later. He was having a good time, and I was hanging out with him. Now, if I only knew what to write about my best friend. I had no idea. So I came to the only logical conclusion. I had to write about Tommy. He was my best friend in 2nd grade. I was new at my school and no one knew my past. Tommy was the perfect answer. I wrote 3 paragraphs about him in less than an hour. It only took that long because I went back and double-checked the spelling and grammar. That left one question in my mind because I had plenty of time left. Do I really want to write Shane's paper? Fox tapped me on the shoulder. Where did the cartoons go? The TV screen had a message flashing on it. We've experienced a temporary interruption of your services. I'd only seen the message once before, and that's when my mom forgot to pay the cable bill. I had no idea what's going on this time. My mom? I had an idea what was going on this time. My mom had it turned off since we're leaving tomorrow. Sorry. He huffed and looked at my paper. Did you finish? I did, but I still had the other decision to make. I had butterflies in my stomach just thinking about it. I think so. I'm not sure. You know what I do when I'm not sure about something? He asked. I had no idea. What? I go ahead and do it, he said, smiling. There's no rule that says I can't change my mind later. He was a fox, but his advice made complete sense. I went ahead and wrote Shane's paper for him right then and there in record time. They were the best 3 paragraphs I've ever written. What a shame to waste that on someone else. I didn't know if it was the right decision, but I could always change my mind before class started the next day. Thanks, Fox, I told him. My mom's car squeaked when it stopped in the driveway. Oh, no. Was it time for her to come home? The day had flown by so fast I didn't want it to end. You have to go, Fox, I urged him, pointing behind me out the back door. He jumped off the couch and landed on all 4 paws. What he said next left me speechless. If you ever need a friend, just look for me. He dashed out of the living room and through the kitchen before I could say anything. I knew he was already out the back door and where he was supposed to be. I couldn't believe he was gone, and I'd never see him again. Okay, kiddos, that was the end of our chapter. And until next time, hope you're having an awesome day.